At least I forget to tell you about the 24-hour live event that's going to be taking place on the 6th of March, which is the second Saturday of the month. And I will be doing a collaboration alongside Natasha Vigil and Lorraine and Hugh Benlow. They are the owners of the Black Business Recommendation. Natasha, she runs the Black Wall Street of London. It's a virtual marketplace. And we've decided to basically come together 12 a.m. till 12 a.m. And just working together. Do not forget to subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe. Subscribe, hit the button, subscribe, hit the button. If you're on Facebook, make sure that you like the page. By you liking the page, you will receive your notifications, whether you're in YouTube or whether you are, of course, in Facebook.
How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the Black community 6 hours. This is what we at the Black Wall Street UK desperately want to change. The Black Wall Street UK. Our app allows you to search by business type and location. You can save your favourite businesses, add your own Black-owned business, read reviews from other clients and much more. The Black Wall Street UK. The entire UK Black community at your fingertips. Free app now available on Apple and Play Store. www.thebblackwallstreetuk.com.
Get better, you want it, I do well, yeah. Oh, Mama used to say, Mama used to say.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood, Saturday morning mayhem with two entertainment heavyweights.
Morning, darling.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Push.
So, I can start.
My internet's awful.
Join them with interviews.
What about them telephone? Come on, turn up on the telephone.
Comedy and quizzes.
There's no problem there, that's what I'm saying. Peter, hear me out, Peter. It said, can you write down the number 8 times? That means, no, it's not times, that multiplication. It's to write it down 8 times. He's gone, man.
15 minutes with Rudi Lickwood and DJ Countryman. Saturday mornings, gonna be the same again.
Incredible!
Love looking after young people and just basically helping them in their football development. The academies look after all the senior kids, all the elite kids, and we look after everyone else.
This is what gives me the most joy, watching them not being able to kick a ball, and then 6 months later they're able to do things they never envisioned them doing.
A lot of people are focused on the footballer, and then when the talent doesn't manifest in the way that the coach may like it, goodbye.
It's giving back to the community. I've been working for the community all my life, and this is a big part of it, just giving back.
My name is Angie Lamar. I'm an actress, writer, director, comedian, producer, mother, grandmother, and my profession is that. That's what I do. Well, I started my career in comedy.
Yeah, some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't allow you to ever roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth. You know what I mean? Like, you know what
I'll say first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get the notification.
What you put me on this time of morning, you're going to scare everybody.
It was a cassette. You know when you had to push the pencil in between into the hole? Yes, man. And spin it.
To submit to you as a man or a woman, or do I continue to walk the righteous path and serve God? That's a personal, individual choice. As a Christian, you know, my Christian beliefs are they're very strong, and I'm not going to violate my relationship with God to please another human being.
Well, straight away, that, you know, red flag, you know, BAME community, why are we the guinea pigs now?
I feel like when you are speaking up for yourself, it should be unapologetic and it should be honest. I think that we all have...
So, for example, the West Indian community, there are many reasons why they may not, and you can probably tell me more than I know, but I think part of it is that they're being asked to trust the same structures that have also contributed to their discrimination, their abuse, their trauma.
But in Ubuntu, we have programs that kind of look at identity, raising self-esteem, looking at our history, looking at...
Often when you watch the news and stuff, everyone's talking about race. And I'm just thinking, well, there's more than that. I know just having no dad and having to work out what it means to be a black man in the UK was a very, very difficult.
You know, and if you ain't got enough to do in your family, get 2 or 3 families together and start a business. You know, we've got to be thinking like that now, because unemployment is going to be right throughout our community now.
If she's saying pie, that means that 8:15 is gone, man.
Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
We've got a full panel today. We have a full panel. To my left, we've got Juicy Julie.
Good morning, everyone.
We've got Aston Matapha Phillips. Mr. Jones. Sorry, Mr. Jones. We've got Natural Mystic has joined us this morning. And, of course, we've got Coach Astrid. Good morning, people.
Hi.
How are we doing this morning? How are we doing?
All good. I've done my meds this morning, so I'm good. I'm ready to take on the day.
And what about yourself, Natural?
Yeah, I've done my meds as well, and I'm ready to take on the day.
Julie, you look like the only one who ain't ready to take on the day, darling.
I am ready to take on the day. Yes, I'm ready to take on the day. I have done my meds. I am ready.
You have. You joined me this morning, so yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to take on the day. I'm a bit fragile though, but I'm ready to take on the day.
Why are you feeling a bit fragile this morning?
Shake it off. Shake it off.
I had food poisoning this week, so yeah.
Oh,
not good.
That means sounds like somebody had a takeaway.
Actually, I didn't. No, I wish I did, because at least I could blame someone else. It was from the house. But just, yeah. Anyway, we won't go into that. I'm ready to take on the day. Good morning.
Exactly.
Well, for me, believe it or not, my fridge has gone kaput. Yeah.
Wow.
We decided that it was time to leave. Unfortunately.
Have you had it a while? Have you had it a while?
I've had it for nearly 12 years.
Okay, yeah,
Wow.
then it served its purpose. Good.
Yeah,
No, man. They used to build things to last, like a Volvo.
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 Yeah, vulva is something different.
Volvo is something else.
Hold on, let me.
Isn't it, girl?
I've got caught on that one. Volvo is something different, yeah?
Volvo.
Oh my gosh.
Have you got any idea what they're talking about, Aston? The Volvo?
Yeah, man. And the Hillman imp.
No, they ain't talking cars, you know.
No. I never come into that one there, so.
You don't have no children. Come on now.
You see what happens when you bring ladies onto the platform?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's natural mystic, man. And she looks so humble and nice. Look,
It's been a while. The words, you know, I pick up on those words.
I hear you, sis. No, it's true.
That was parsley.
So I'm going to replace my my oven. I'm also going to replace the thing on top as well. But I might as well just go for it, man. The hob. Yeah, I'm going to change it all. I'm going to go for this.
Have you got a man?
Right on there.
Have I got
a man, kitchen fitter, or someone that can actually help you get a decent kitchen?
You see him here? He's down here. He's everything. He's everything.
Okay.
He's everything.
He's everything. He's
are you buying like?
He's the shelf filler. He's the take out the rubbish. He's everything. He's everything. Believe it or not, right? I don't actually take the rubbish out.
That's a child's job, isn't it?
Well, is it? You know what? I wouldn't disagree.
It is in my house.
Is it?
And I've only got one.
I got to borrow somebody else's child then.
No,
Me too. Me too.
No delegation. It's a child's job. Yeah.
Is it? No, Jenny. My wife does it because she's the first to leave the house. Is why she grabs it up.
Do it the night before.
Oh, like the Thursday. Well, our dustbin man turns up on a Friday mornings.
Yeah, do it late Friday night.
So do it the night before you go to bed.
The Thursday night.
Yeah.
You know what you hear when you ask the children to do that? I forgot. Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, you've got more than one child, so they can blame it on others and pass it, can't they? So yeah.
Yeah, it's always I forgot. Like why ain't the dishes washed up? I forgot. You need
to leave it in their bed and then see them forget about that.
Oh my God.
Man,
I'm glad you weren't my father. Wow. Rubbish in the bed.
Aston, I've said this before. The bedrooms are like a petri dish. You understand?
Don't worry about that. After you get that juice flowing out of the bag, you know, something will happen.
Oh,
that's shocking. That is.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's honestly, it's horrible to try and get out the carpet.
You tried it, Aston. You're speaking from experience.
Sounds like it.
Wow.
No,
so let's say good morning to the let's say good morning to the people in the comment section. We've got
let me turn it on.
Who got up? Let's see who got up early this morning. First up was Liz Harvey. Good morning, Liz.
Oh.
Morning, Liz.
Birthday girl, Liz. Yes.
Yeah, she's coming off the back of her 50th, isn't she? Coming off the back of her.
She's joined the 50 club.
Well done.
Yeah, these two either side will be excellent.
As they go with the bat.
You're passing the bat, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You seem to believe in that club, aren't you, Aston? Yeah.
Sorry?
Sorry, you seem to believe in that club.
What, the 50s?
Yes.
No, man. Listen. I'm well on the way to the century, my friend. I'm well on the way. I'm nearly there.
You said that quite positively. I'm gonna let you have that. I like that. That's really good. No, man. I'm actually kicking you out of the 50s, but you've grabbed the baton and said fair play. So yeah, well done. Good for you.
No, man. No. Listen, the age thing ain't a problem for me. Actually, because like where my people come from, St. Thomas, we're Centurions in here, so you know.
St.
we're
Thomas,
good.
the island or the parish?
The parish. The
Oh, my
parish.
dad's from St. Thomas.
There you go.
parish.
See, right there you know. We stay around long.
Yeah, like a bad rash. Like a
Oh.
them now.
I get my dad's majesties, but yeah.
And where are your parents from, Natural?
My mum is from St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, and my father is from Hoyts Village in Barbados.
You could hear the Barbados, the Barbados.
That's it. I'm good at cricket and golf.
And you drink lots of coffee.
That midland leg, you know, slip leg and midland leg.
When last went Barbados?
I've never been.
Oh, you should go.
Oh, wow.
It's all right. I've decided that's where I'm going to retire. That's where I'm going in my old age. I'm just applying for my dual or triplicate citizenship, so I'll be disappearing.
It's interesting. It is actually interesting that you say that because I know it's not something that we spoke or that we discussed earlier on, but there is a post flying around where there's a young guy talking about people who complain about living in Britain and criticizing it and wondering why they don't leave. Has anyone come across that post at all?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he's actually talking about. He's actually saying, why do we complain when we could just get up and leave? Yeah, we could go back to where we originated from. Yes. As opposed to just moaning about it. I mean, my question is, then what would you criticize somebody who was white who was saying the same thing about some of the things that the government is getting up to? Would you be telling them that they need to go back to where they came from? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think it's not saying that we've got things over here that they don't have abroad or in other countries, and it's not until you go and experience what you haven't got over there is when you begin to appreciate what you have here.
Absolutely.
NHS?
I mean, I've had to use the service. It's good to a certain extent, but I've got my gripe with them because it's the aftercare, I think, where they fail sometimes with certain types of illnesses or certain types of cases. They kind of leave it up to the patient to kind of go and resolve certain issues, whereas they could actually be initiating that level of of rehabilitation or recovery, i.e. like counselling services, physiotherapy, things that actually keep our bodies and our minds going, I think should be more readily available via the NHS.
I agree.
But then, if the NHS is considering that they're going to go, they're going to privatise everything and become a business, it's no wonder that some of them supplementary services are now starting to disappear.
Well, it's a bit like the post office and the gas and electricity board. You know, nothing's changed for us, has it? It's just we've seen nothing but privatisation our whole lives. Nothing is national anymore. Nothing, you know, like British Gas, British Telecom, those sorts of things. They've all gone. They're all private companies.
British Airways. Yeah, I might not forget calling it British Airways and call it Indian Airways, isn't it? Gatwick belongs to is it a Nigerian or a Ghanaian?
Nigerian.
Is it a Nigerian?
Yeah. And Stansted. I think he owns Stansted as well.
He's got Stansted too.
Yeah.
And it's a black people poor. Lord have mercy.
They play to me.
There's some black people who's doing really well out there. Really well out there. But that is quite. I thought it was quite an interesting statement because I mean, only the other day I was actually thinking about that. That why is it that we do actually critique the UK so much when we do have the opportunity to go, but maybe we're too frightened to go, or are we too lazy to go? I mean, my thing was my children is what really has grounded me to that respect. If you get what I mean, because they're going through the school educational system, and like my concern would be if I was to pull out, how is that going to sort of like affect them? I mean, I know you don't have any children at the moment, Coach Astrid, but I mean, what are your thoughts?
I'll be honest with you. At one point, I was thinking of emigrating.
Has she frozen?
Might do look like it.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
So it was me then.
Imagine if that's the face you wake up to when you wake up and you see.
There we go. I'm back.
Aston was talking about you, but you were saying.
I was saying,
Throw
okay.
him under the
I could
bus,
hear everything, so I know he wasn't. So don't worry about it, Aston. I know Rudy's causing trouble.
You know better than that. Especially on a subject like this. But
to be honest with you, I was thinking of emigrating. But I then changed my mind and thought, you know what, I don't mind. I don't actually mind it here. I can do loads here. So I decided to stay because I was when I was about 25, I was thinking about emigrating and actually disappearing permanently. But yeah, I think it was because of my family why I stayed, because of my mum, my dad, my brother.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was purely because of family why I stayed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was going to be sponsored by family overseas because I was born here. But at the same time, you know, it would have been more family I would have been going to. But at the same time, you know, mum, dad, my brother, they're all immediate family. So
yeah, I guess it is the immediate family that kind of grounds you, isn't it? Because I mean, Aston, you've got property abroad, if I'm correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, but yet for all you've still, and plus you're in retirement, but yet for all you've still decided that this is a better place for you at the moment.
No. Oh, hold on. The reason why I'm still here, and it's an honest truth, I'm looking after my mother because she's has the Alzheimer's, right? And one of the things that I don't want to do is ever put her into any home or anything like that. And that's my only reason for being here right now, right? Even with my current partner, I tell her already, soon as mom close her eyes, I gone, right? Yes, I've got the choice of various places, right? But I gone, right? Let's say when you've had a lifetime of this, don't get me wrong, somebody from the other side of the world and they say, oh yeah, England is this and that. That's good enough for them. But once you've been in this and you grow up and you've experienced the things that you have or what we have,
it's the invisible. It's those invisible pressures.
Yeah, right.
That we actually deal with.
You would humbly go and sit down in a 2-bedroom place somewhere else, no problem. For me, anyhow. For me, I don't. You know what I mean? I'm easy going like that, and I don't need that. And plus this weather business, nah, never been happy with that. Never.
Yeah. Thing is, you'd be fooled if you looked at outside now, though, wouldn't you?
Huh? Boy, but it's right, but it's cold. It's cold, my brother. It's cold.
You know what? To me, I went outside this morning. It warm.
Okay.
I don't think it's been as cold as it could have been. Overall this winter, I must admit, I feel like this winter has been a lot milder. Although we've just had bursts.
Yeah. We've had some spikes.
Yeah.
We've had some spikes of cold weather. Right? But like, wow. No.
I don't think we've experienced it enough. We haven't been out in the elements this winter, so we can all say it's a lot. You've been out every day. Fair play.
Most days, because
I'm happy to say that I'm warm.
Yeah, most days I go for like a power walk at least for 2 hours or 1 hour or 2 hours a day.
Well, that's naughty. 2 hours.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I might be going against the grain here, but I like a bit of drizzle. I'm not gonna lie, right? Don't look at me like that. Miss Witter. Because the reason why I'm saying that, is when I go out into the Caribbean, I love the Caribbean. Do not get me wrong. But then use umbrellas, them have to walk in at the shade all the time. Yeah, I watch the tourists out there with their head up high, and then you can just smell the bacon burning. Yeah, but
oh god.
but my thing is I can't really stand that the when it's too hot. I can't stand it. I've acclimatized to being in the UK, right?
Yeah,
and I like a bit of drizzle.
No,
I'm born here, and I've just never ever liked the winter time. Never. Right? Summertime has been the best. Never mind.
Yeah,
well, according to Donna says that some educational systems are much better than ours. It's just that the children do not make better use of it. Because remember, I think we're all of that age where education was free. Yeah, and Britain is not the be all and end all, and it is no longer as great as people imagined it is. It never was great.
It never was.
However, it still carries weight. So the qualification that you have in the UK still carries weight internationally. So if you come from, say, the Caribbean with qualification to this country, they become less.
It doesn't mean nothing.
No, they come down about 2 grades. So if you had a master's, it would be seen as an undergraduate degree rather than a postgraduate degree once you come to the UK. So even though the education per se is not fantastic, it still carries a lot of weight, and that's all about status.
But that's what our European cousins have done to us all the time. I mean, they're the babies on the planet in terms of races, and we're not being racist by saying this, by the way. It's just that the African race was first. Okay.
Development of culture, development of culture.
Yeah, and all of that. But yet, for all, they've managed to turn it all on its head.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the point where they are now laying the shot, so to speak, because they're now turning around and dictating, as I'm going to put it, dictating what everybody's health is going to be. You know, dictating what the state of the world economy is going to be. You know, when you consider that all the raw materials are coming from the east to the west, then they change it up or whatever and send it back as coffee granules, or they send it back as plastic, or they send it back as rubber, whether it be car tires or whatever. You know, and now it's got to the point where they are literally, I think, creating a one world state. I don't know if you're aware, but the furlough has now been extended to
September.
September.
Shocking. That's 18 months.
I mean, it's almost like saying to me that the plan that they've rolled out is going as planned. You know, because the economy is being run down, but those at the top are still making money.
Yes.
Because everything is happening online now. Aston was talking about it maybe 4 weeks ago that unemployment is going to go through the roof.
That's right.
Yeah.
When it's basically we're under a blanket of uncertainty at the moment, right? Nobody's as sure of what's going to happen, even with their own jobs, right? So once they say, okay, let's go back to some kind of working normality now, right? That is when you're going to see how many people really have been impacted by this COVID or lockdown period. You understand? And remember, it's been over a year now that we've been having the effects of this, right? Businesses that have been relying on other businesses or outside resources, right? Some of those smaller businesses have probably gone under now. You understand? So it's gonna take that time for certain businesses to get their footage onto what they can actually do now. You know, because as we know, and plus we've got the impact of the Brexit as well, import export, right? that there's a lot of the industries over here who rely on European or outside of the UK resources to actually maintain their businesses, right? I'll tell you, it's gonna be horrendous for quite a while.
It is going to be horrendous, but here's where make up your mind about whether what you were doing before actually was working for you, really. And maybe now's the opportunity, or create an opportunity to start your own thing and actually make your money that way, rather than relying on somebody else to be your boss and dictate to you what hours you work, when you go on holiday, when you can go to the loo, all that malarkey. Do you know what I mean? It's all about you now. You've got, any time there's any kind of recession or anything that goes on like this, that's the time to actually look to start doing your own thing. Because at the end of the day, you've got that opportunity. And if you can find a market or a niche where you know people need your services, then now's the time to start. And now's the ideal opportunity.
That scares people, though. I must admit, even myself as an entrepreneur / business person, when someone says, "Oh, you've got to find a niche market, you've got to find this, you've got to find that," and then you sit there, and the pressure of literally racking your brain sometimes as to what can I now do, is so overwhelming for a lot of people. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I'm give anything a try. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm a try. Someone says, you know, that's how my food business started last year. I moved into an area where I couldn't get a decent West Indian meal. And I was like, well, I know how to cook. So therefore, other people might want to try my food. And that's how it's been for over a year. You know, I started making other stuff just through boredom, to be quite honest with you, over the last year. People are going, oh, did you make that? Did you do this? And it's not like it's developed a business, but there's that additional side hustle income. Which is where I've been brave enough to kind of keep it legal. And that's, you know, what it is having, it sounds really weird, but that's what children and young people actually are looking for, is just an income that is kind of their own, where somebody else can't come and kind of say to them, I'm taking tax off of that, or I'm taking that from you, I'm doing this. So we just need to kind of, I call it transferable skills. And as long as you can help somebody see that they've got a lot of skill and they can use it in varying different industries or varying different ways, that's when you start to see people get more confident and their developing self-esteem comes out, and they can.
But could we borrow a little bit more of your experience on that, natural? Because I mean, like you said, the cooking is like one little side hustle that you do, but then there are other areas as well that you also hustling. Could you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, to be honest, it started because I declared bankruptcy, and then I was told that I would never be a CEO, I'd never be a financial this, I'd never, you know, there was a lot of things I was told that I couldn't do, purely because I declared bankruptcy, and I decided to just go against the grain. So I started looking at how I can make my money work for me, whether it's minimum wage, whether it's top dollar, you know. So I started saving £2 coins and started building a budgeting plan for myself, and then helping other people budget. So that's kind of what I learned to do as a side hustle, going around talking to families and young people, especially at university.
Financial acumen,
So rather than being a consultant or an advisor, I just kind of became a living example. This is what I did, and I can show you how to do it. So it is mainly to do with network marketing, more so to do with anything else. You know, a lot of people look at pyramid schemes and go, I'm not getting involved in that. Well, if you're employed, that means there's somebody above you. If you're a team leader, that means there's someone below you. You're in a pyramid, you know, so I won't have anything negative said about that. It's what you put in is what you'll get out. And joining network marketing and being around people who I aspired to be like, it wasn't in regards to their pocket that I aspired to be like, it was in regards to their development and their knowledge, and how they then use that to keep building and showing other people to keep building. And that's literally what I've done. So there's food, I've got a creative streak, where I make stuff, I sew, I work with resin, I do wood burning, I'm now learning to do fluid art and stuff like that. I do decorating, I've done design at college, so I think it's all just stemmed from that. My dad's a mechanic, so my mind is quite, you know, mechanical and logic and pragmatic. So I like engineering. And my mum's very creative. She sews, dances, and cooks. So I've got the best parents in regards to their attributes and what they've given me. And just the bravery is what they instilled in me, is that, keep falling over.
Are there not also certain products that you're affiliated to that you...
I perfume, beauty products, health products, supplements, weight loss, but definitely from a holistic and natural perspective. But again, it's all about affordability. That's where my thing is that I don't do designer labels, I don't do designer brands. I look for alternatives that are just as good, but are literally at a third or half the price, a quarter of the price. So, and I just encourage people in that way, really, to have a look at what I've got. I'm not a saleswoman.
No, you're not. I must admit you're not. But is it the same natural mystic that if people were to go online, they would actually come across your page?
Yeah, literally, if you whack me into Google, believe it or not, I've been around for long enough that I've actually can be found on a Google search. So you get things. But don't go back to the 90s, because that's when you see stuff that you don't want to see. No, really. But yeah, if you type in natural mystic or my name Lescha, because of the unusual spelling, there is only me in the world.
There's only you. Yeah.
Actually, that I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, the cha.
Brilliant. As you say, that's how I have to keep reminding myself how to spell her name. I go Lescha. You know what I mean?
That was probably how my mum and dad did it as well, to be honest. They knew what they wanted to call me, but they didn't know how they wanted to spell it. So apparently my mum came up with the LES and my dad just said cha. So there we go.
I love it.
Though, working for Birmingham City Council, Jules, what's the sort of impact there that you're?
I don't work for Birmingham City Council anymore. I work for a charity. I work for a charity, but I worked for the council for 27 years.
I mean, what sort of impact have you seen?
Well, in my work, the lockdown hasn't done us any favours, because I work with survivors of human trafficking, and so there's the risk now with less people around. They are more inclined to be re-trafficked. It's an open market really for perpetrators to do more work. So it's a bit of a nightmare. So, but my work hasn't stopped. It's kind of gathered momentum, and if I could be asked to start up an NGO, I would, but I'm kind of getting ready to chill. So maybe.
No, I'm feeling that. Donna's trying to make some trouble here. She's saying, what if you haven't got a creative streak? She's saying, what happens if you don't have something that you love doing? Donna, you know when somebody ain't got nothing else to do.
I also think that a lot of young people might not have a creative streak, but what they have that we lacked is they're prepared to take the risk. So in line with what Lescha was saying, I find more young people this last year have said, I need to find something that I can do. I've seen young people research. So my daughter said, I don't want to do the same thing that somebody else wants to do, but I want to learn a new skill, Mum. And so she researched and found stuff that other people wasn't doing.
I know it sounds strange, but I mean, younger people, what I've noticed, you can do voiceover work. They do a lot of social media work. There's a lot of internet, website building. They can do coding. There's trading. There's makeup, there's hair, there's beauty, there's tutorials. There are so many things that and if you think that you can't do any of that stuff, invest in somebody who is, and be a silent partner and get your passive income.
Which is crazy when you talk about investing in somebody who is, because I mean, Aston, you're currently on a course, aren't you?
Yep. I'm with,
you're not looking for an investment, are you?
No, it's personal development, if I'm correct.
No.
Personal development,
I'm doing that one. Right?
Unleash your power within. With Tony Robbins,
Tony Robbins.
Yeah, the hip hop.
Right? Yeah, so I'm doing that one this weekend. I've just finished a 13-hour session. finished at 4 a.m. this morning. Started from 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, actually. Finished at 4 o'clock this morning. And we've got another session this afternoon starting from 2 o'clock. Probably finish again about 4 o'clock tomorrow morning again. So, you know, that's what I'm doing.
I did a session with him. He did a 5-day challenge in February, and I did that, and that was long. That was long enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? And I've got to be up again at what time in the morning?
But in all honesty, if you want it, that's how hard you go for it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If what you're doing doesn't keep you awake, that means you're not truly passionate about it. When people say to me, "Why do you look so tired?" That's because I don't want to sleep. I'm so excited to either be cooking, creating, caring, helping, doing something. I don't want to sleep. There's not enough hours in the day. To be quite honest with you, I'll work around the clock if I have to get where it is that I want to be.
But you know what I'm going to say to that now, don't you? Look after yourself, because if you don't look after yourself, you're going to run yourself into the ground and can't do nothing.
Definitely. I listen to your meditation.
The thing is that what I'm taking away from it, right, is that it's obviously designed that it is that long period because it is a personal challenge in itself, right? And because it's in such a impactful time, so it's like from Thursday right through to Sunday, and it's similar periods of time, and it's like a very in-depth investigation into your own personal life in that way, basically resetting the parameters of what I'm aiming for. So that's where I'm at the moment, you know. So
good. I'm glad. It's good. It is good.
No, I mean, I've done several of Tony Robbins' courses. I've done the walk across. I've done the walk across.
I've done the fire walk.
I want to do that. That's the one thing I haven't done yet.
Hold on. Yeah, that's one of his props. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, I've got them all.
You got them all, yay!
Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
I've got them all.
He's quite a charismatic brother.
He is,
He surrounds himself, which is what you were saying earlier on, Lescha. He surrounds himself by the best of the best.
Yeah. Now, listen, I have been not the best. I've been blessed with the people that I've had around me, right? As you say, self-motivational people. I was always the person standing at the back of the lecture theatre or the presentation, just standing there, taking in what was taken on, but I was never taking part of, right?
Okay.
And then, you know, over the last 10 years, it's been a steady progress for me, right? I mean, I would never believe I'll be a radio presenter, never, and a chat show one as well, never.
How did that come about? How did that come about?
Well, what happened is that with the fathers group that I'm with, the Black Father Support Group, right? From there, we said, like, how can we look to reach out to the community? A local station, Genesis at the time, they offered us a slot, right? They offered us a slot, and we went in there, and there was like 5 of us who was there doing a rotation on the programs, and then from there, I just built up the confidence, the know-how, and then all of a sudden, I found a voice. You know, I was, even now I'm still working on it.
That's where I was. I was at Genesis.
Was you?
Oh, Genesis Radio.
Yes, I was a co-host. Yeah, I've been on Omega.
You was a runner, mate. You was a runner.
Run for all.
Run. Go get the sandwiches there.
May I run away from somebody? Not run for nobody.
There's no runners in Genesis. Trust me.
Too smart.
Right? So now, right now I'm on Galaxy I feel it Galaxy. Yeah, man. So I'm on there, and I'm straight in with a 5-hour show. You know what I mean? So
really,
you know,
5 hours.
Good.
Yeah, 5-hour show.
You know, it goes really quick.
You probably need a runner for 5 hours.
Initially, when I started it, I thought, wow, what am I going to talk about? And then I haven't got enough time to talk about everything.
We
to be
know.
honest.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
I just haven't got enough time.
If you get people to call in, then you got comments and stuff as well.
Yeah. And because like the type of things that I deal in is more of the personal element. So I'm not talking about news outside to influence the conversation, right? It's more about the personal development and how we actually converse with each other, right? So that when they actually want to talk about other things, they can come over in a more coherent way, you know, being more genuine from within themselves to develop that genuine conversation. So, you know, that's where we're at.
Well, I think with 5 hours, if you're covering 5 hours, that is the sort of thing that would happen, wouldn't it? That, the conversation would actually peel away like an onion, if I'm correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that is how my show is actually segmented in that way. You understand?
Okay.
So yeah. And then Brother Rudy's taking me into another direction. So
of course.
And him gone.
No.
That's a level of trust, isn't it? What?
No, but you know what?
Can we kick him
I'm
out?
a sharer.
No. I'll tell you. If I had written this down in my wish list, right? It was there, but I don't know how it would have happened. And I just take on everything, and everything that's presented to me, I just grasp it with both hands right now. And hence that's why I'm looking at.
To say, I remember your first time that you came on with Rudi. It was all dark. We couldn't see you.
That's
I
right.
remember
That's
commenting and saying,
That's
"Come
right.
on, Aston," and you going, "Oh my gosh, all these women." I'm like, who did this man think he is anyway about all these women? He's lucky. And then suddenly you get, as you say, it takes time and it takes that risk. And look at you co-hosting your own show on a Friday, you know. So I think that's a great challenge to push yourself because as we see young people are happy to take that risk as a maturer person. I'm not going to say old, in actual fact, to invest in myself and to do stuff. So I'm at the different end. I believe in rest and understanding and being around positive people and affirming others. So I'm at that part in my life where I just think, actually, I'm going to support others to do better because there was times when I didn't take that risk.
I mean,
isn't life about building relationships and doing just that? Really,
it is. It is.
Yeah. I think,
and it's about the
very
relationships you build as well, and the network that you have around you. Because I spoke this morning on the meditation around who do you have around you, and how you're going to make yourself better if you just stick with the same group of people who don't want to do anything. If you want to learn something, you want to do something, you have to be around those people who are doing it. So you've got something to aspire to. And I'm not saying necessarily get rid of your friends, but what I am saying is go into a different circle to learn something new, to develop what you want to do.
A lot of my friends,
otherwise you're never going to do it.
They say not that I left them behind. I think that I'm traveling on a slightly different road. It's like a motorway with many lanes. Some of us are on the hard shoulder, but some of us are in the fast lane, and we're
and we're
heading towards where we're going.
I come on the fast lane, then innit? I come on. The fast lane.
Don't forget to indicate.
You know
Some
what?
people at the service station are like chilling.
Just chilling at the truck stop. That's right. The truck stop.
But sometimes I find
the truck stop now and again. That's good.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I used to go up at, like, if I was going Birmingham, I used to take the M1, right? And then I remember one evening I decided that I was going to take the M40. Not only was I going to take the M40, but I was going to take the M40 and drive at 70.
No,
I was so used to like 90, and like, because I was rushing, you know, because what the lifestyle is like. It was like I had to wait until my missus came home. So when she came home, then I would jump in the car
and go.
To travel straight down to Birmingham because I used to go to Jongleurs and places like that.
Okay.
But then when I gave myself when I found that I had the extra hour and I went into the slower lane,
M40 is a nicer
things
route,
started to slow
actually.
down. It was like you see everything kind of like open up now, and you turn to look around and you start to see the scenery, right? You start to see the space, and the mind starts to open up, right? All the possibilities and everything that there could be. And and then it becomes a meditational kind of journey instead of this.
Exactly.
Get there. So sometimes going in the slower lane you're actually going faster by going slower.
They've proven that the person who stays at a steady pace, doesn't matter what pace it is, but a steady pace, go in the right, one direction, they'll actually make more progress in a less stressful way than if you chopped and changed lanes and kept on dipping in the fast lane and then dipping back over there and just all of that exertion of energy is what stresses you out. So sometimes, like you said, to just sit and pace yourself, and knowing you're going to get there. And I think that's the difference. We learn that with age. I think that some of us rush.
We let that bus go instead of running after it.
That's the whole marathon and analogy, isn't it?
It's true though. The more emotional you are, the less common sense you have. Whereas if you turn that around, as Nisha was saying, the calmer you are, the more you think. And the more you think, the more opportunities you have, the more you create for yourself. So it is about slowing down, but true, you don't learn it till you get older. Because you think when you're young, your whole life is there right at that very moment, and you have to take it there and then, and you can't slow down, and you have to be here, there, and everywhere, and you don't. Take a step back.
My life was
I love that youthful energy, though. I remember when I was in my 20s, and
someone's calling you.
Weird Tona.
Sounds like a lullaby, doesn't it?
Ice cream! Ice cream!
Ice cream! I'm running to the house to the ice cream.
I'm allergic to ice cream.
The ice cream man is coming!
And then you just got to the fridge.
I got my ice cream. I got my ice cream.
You cannot afford it. You cannot afford it.
It's a shame.
I dropped my ice cream.
Eddie Murphy, I saw that.
Or if it was like my house, you got to go to the fridge and then you go and get some vegan yogurt.
Is it? Do you need a chisel to get it out, though?
No, there's some things that just need to be kept as dairy. Ice cream is one of them.
Because
just leave it. You can't have it. You can't have it.
Look. I see what you're doing, just because he hasn't got a freezer at the moment, you're having a go at him. I see. Don't worry, brother. I got your back.
Thank you very much, Aston. Thank you very much. Mind you, when I spoke to the insurance guy, and he's actually put me onto a website where he said that so long as I give this certain reference, I should be able to get 50% off. And that's the one of the reasons why I've decided that I might as well go, because if I'm gonna, I might as well use that 50%, and you know what I mean.
And that's valuable what you said there in regards to insurance, because a lot of people will go, I can't be bothered, me not pay for that, it's not worth it. You just blatantly shown us the benefit. You may have been paying a small premium every month or once a year, but what you can now save with that 50%, more than worth it and worth paying that premium now, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Somebody's very thrifty down there.
I've had my medication.
Thrifty girl.
I think it pays to pay. I think it pays to pay Astrid a visit in the morning. I mean, I've been unfortunate. Not that I've been unfortunate, I've been very tired actually, which is why I haven't got up this week. And you believe it or not, as per usual, on Wednesday, guess where I went? Guess whose page I went to on Wednesday? Only to find out today's my day off. Today's my day. I'm not here. It's my day. It's my day. I'm like,
I do 6 out of 7 days a week. It's just I don't do Wednesday.
I'm like, but I'm here. It's Wednesday. I'm here now. No, go to Tuesday.
Go to Tuesday, or wait till Thursday.
Don't forget to at least put hashtag. Okay, hashtag to let me know that it's replay.
Hashtag, and I'm telling everybody what you told me as well, to click the like.
Oh, I think that's important. I think it's important
to keep your algorithm going.
Yes, exactly.
The worst thing to do is to click the like button, believe it or not. So you want to do love, care, shock, angry, tears. That's that. You want to comment 5 words in the thread.
Yes.
Minimum of 5 words in the thread, and use an emoji somewhere in that sentence. And that will keep your post more active. It will show that there's engagement, and just start saying hello back to your audience. Just every now and then go back in a few days later and reply to a comment that someone's put in there. And then it brings that post back live into everybody's timeline.
Did you hear that, Aston? Did you hear that? Because I have noticed you haven't been responding to some of the comments that you've been getting.
Never does. It's rude.
All right.
Cuss women, they comment and then you don't respond. So any of the women who want to cuss Aston this week, here's your opportunity, because he's not going to respond.
He's not going to respond.
Anyway.
And that's always why when I do my lives, I always respond to everybody afterwards. I just spend that next 30 minutes just responding, and more than 5 words as well, not just hi, thanks, whatever. And you'll notice, for those of you who come and do my morning meditation, I always respond to you afterwards, just to try and get it out there more and more.
One of the first, always.
I know, Julie, you're there every day.
I must
every
admit,
day.
I give you your dues on that one, Julie. Because when you
I am the marathon runner. I am there.
She is.
When you go in there, Lescha, she's always the first in the room. You're like,
It's the wrong time for me.
What have you been doing? You've been baking all night. What have you been doing?
I bake through the day now. I've learned that doing it at one particular time. I bake at any time in the day now. So
I'll tell you somebody who does most of their comments and everything late at night, and that is Sugar. Shugs, you will find that Shugs leaves her comments around 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's what we call bleaching. That's good, because it helps the algorithm. It gets you seen overseas when people do stuff like that as well.
It's true.
The time zones are different. So thank you, Miss Shugs, for your irregular sleeping pattern and keeping us going on the algorithm.
Let's see the positive in everything. I like that, Lee.
That's right.
Really
yeah.
But what it is, I can't join the sessions in the morning because I help an elderly man get out of bed every morning, like wash and dress and get him his tea and all that sort of stuff. So because they have a routine, he likes to get up at 7:15. So I have to make sure that I'm there at that exact time, sort of thing. But I just pleased that he's alive, that I'm helping keeping him alive, really. So I come back and listen to the meditations afterwards, after I watch Rudi as well, because I know that I have to make sure I fit everybody in. But you lot are like my daytime TV. Like, I don't watch TV. I don't watch no telly. I just click. I've got all my programs lined up. I've got this person and that person and this person. It's brilliant. I love it.
Oh gosh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say it's been fabulous talking with you guys this morning. Yeah, we've literally done our time. Believe it or not. So as one, it'd be nice if we could all say goodbye, really.
Been great.
Ciao,
Thanks,
ciao.
everyone. Thanks for the comments. Remember, Aston's not going to comment.
Square window.
Say what you like.
Aston's not going to get back to you, all right? So
it's like the Muppets, isn't it?
Wow. On that one. I'll be doing a 24-hour stream for 24 hours tomorrow on Saturday, where we will be talking about Black business. It's Black Pound Day. It's Black Pound Day.
This Saturday?
Tomorrow.
Hold on. Donna is saying that I've got 8 minutes left. How she worked that out?
9:08.
How you work that out?
It's because the time you started, isn't it? So you know you got your promos and your ads.
Started 7 minutes earlier. Yeah.
She's right.
Ads,
We've got 7 minutes.
She's right. Yeah.
You know what it is? Because it's because I'm looking at the hour. You guys can see the clock as well, yeah?
The hour, yeah.
We can all see the hour. That's why I went there. I forgot that we actually started 8 minutes before, and the show actually starts at 8:50. So you get your 7 minutes, all right?
Yes, Donna.
Thanks, Donna.
Right, overtime.
Right. Go.
You'll definitely get your 7 minutes, all right, without a shadow of a doubt. Because Julie was watching the Golden Globe over the past couple of days, and do you want to take us through that?
Yeah, it was just really nice to see. I mean, that if there was a downside, it was remote and not having all that big accolade. But there was 3 actors that were black actors that were acknowledged. So there was Daniel Chocolate. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Kalua, yeah.
What was he in?
He was in Judah and the Messiah, the stuff about Fred Hampton, the Black Panther, that Black Panther movement. So it was about his journey. And then there was the singer who did Billie Holiday. Is it Andra Day? And then the posthumous award that was given to Chadwick.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, so nice, really good. Just really nice to see them having that affirmation. When she received the award, because she's only the second black female actress to be given this award. She was given. It was quite funny because Regina King was in the same hotel, and she went looking for her. And then as she got home, she was getting it. So she came in and she went, "Oh my gosh, Cal!" And she had a mask, and it was just really nice. And they were hugging each other and stuff. So obviously they've gone through all the COVID restrictions, and they were just really affirming each other as black women, saying, this is so good for us. It was really, really good. So it was just a really positive thing, and it was just interesting that in the remote space there was more black people that awarded, whereas. When everybody's there and there's thousands of people, and did Chad have to be given the award when he, in his death row? Was he a bad actor beforehand? Did you have to wait till he died? Just all those things that kind of conjured up thoughts. But it was good. It was really good. It was nice to watch, and there was black presenters and stuff like that. So it was nice, lovely.
I just wonder why we celebrate stuff like that. I'm not going to go there, but I do wonder why.
Go there. No, go there.
Go there. You start it though. You start it.
It's just.
So I think in line, remember Black Panther of all the Marvel films was the one that was most celebrated, because actually we took action and said we need, even if you weren't into Marvel, we went to watch it. Everybody went to watch it. So in actual fact, fitting into that about celebrating that, I was happy to watch that then. But I don't always go out of my way to watch the Golden Globe. So I just thought, well, are we going to get acknowledged? Let's have a look.
But then at the same time, what are your thoughts, Lescha, please?
I just don't. I've learned that I just don't need anybody else's accolade or acknowledgement in that way, like especially when it comes to the arts. I think it's very individual. I know we had the Mobos and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it never took off in that respect. But I just wonder who's on the panel of a lot of this stuff, who votes for this. I know they're influential people or whatever, but really, who are they? Like, have any of you ever been asked to nominate or, vote on a film or your best actor that goes towards a BAFTA or something like that? Like, who gets asked to make these decisions?
But then I understand what you're saying, but then when Maslow's law of
hierarchy.
Hierarchy
needs,
that there are certain needs that we have, and recognition is one of them.
Is one of those.
Oh yeah, I get that. I understand recognition, but it's just from who? Why does it give us a sense of validation in that respect? It's just all it is that I'm asking. Do we need it? I know you're saying we need it in a holistic, emotional sense, but it's where it comes from is my thing. It's like, why are the Golden Globes more important than another type of award? More than anything, it's like, that's all it is. Like
I get that, but I think because we've integrated into the society, we're falling in line with the expectations of what it means to live in the West.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Yeah. And And even though we do have our own cultural identity, it's almost like when you watch the cricket. If the West Indies are playing England, you've got this.
Sure.
Yeah. Which side are you gonna sort of like?
Yeah, I only brought it up.
And like, we're kind of like lucky in the sense that we got our foot in both sides, but I understand 100%.
Yeah, but do we celebrate like the Nollywood movies? Like they have award ceremonies in Africa, for example. Yeah. Like, do we kind of not celebrate it the same way, but do we big it up the same way? Because the amount of effort and the way they all dress and, you know, the venue and all that sort of stuff, it's just as good as what happens in the States, for example.
Yeah,
but it's just that sense of, like I said, publicity. You know, do we put it out there? Do we promote it the same way? Knowing that it's all black actors or actresses on that stage, and there might be one or two, you know, non-black people that pick up an award for their contribution to a movie or a film in that. You know what I mean? So it's just. We put more gravitas or more weight.
Are we indirectly saying then that the lack of black British identity, because the Black Americans celebrate Black America?
Yeah, they do.
And the Africans celebrate the Africans.
Yeah. So what's happening with us in the UK in that respect?
We've been appropriated by all the awards that we had, because like, let's look at the stuff that we used to have in the 70s, 80s, right? Now it's all of a sudden they're allowing white people to get black original. You understand? Music by
black origin.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because it's got a little beeline on it.
What do you call it from 8 Mile? What's the name? 8 Mile.
Eminem.
Best rapper. You think? Hello.
What?
What it is that it's just that he gets to a wider market. That's what they're really saying.
Yes.
It's like the Elvis syndrome, isn't it? It's like Elvis. Come and just sing off all the blues songs and get paid.
Annoying. Never liked it.
Michael Ball and Sanchez. Sorry, that's who came to mind.
Sanchez, you know.
I think we do get it. But let me wrap up by saying that next week is International Women's Week, ladies and gentlemen, and so we shall be celebrating International Women's Week. We'll kick off with a side dish for all the ladies on 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and myself. We'll be talking to Judy Giscombe, who will be coming out with a new album and single release. So join us tomorrow morning at 10:15. On Monday, I will be talking to Angela Ma.
Yeah.
That's for International Women's Week. On the Wednesday, I've got a lineup of females on Anything Goes. We've got Jackie Williams from the Rants and Bants crew. We've got Bella Blake. We've got Donna Murray. One more. Can't remember off the top of my head. Quaker will also be there, so we'll be hearing from the Prophet himself. And then the following Saturday,
another galaxy,
man. And then the following Saturday, it's going to be an all-female panel. So watch the promos. Have a good weekend. And Donna, I will see you on the platform tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Right? Because that little fiesta remark, wait there. There you see that little fiesta remark. Right? Now we get that tomorrow morning, man. Yes, and now let it go, man. I'm gonna be like an elephant with something in my and we got all on it. So once again, I asked the panel.
Let me get onto my phone and
do your replies.
Commenting, yeah.
Yeah. So I asked the panel once again to say goodbye as we leave the platform. Thanks for joining us this morning, people.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
Bye. Have a great day.
What you put me on this time of morning? You're going to scare everybody.
It's a warning.
It was a cassette. You know when you had to push the pencil in between into the hole? Yes, man. And spin it.
To submit to you as a man or a woman, or do I continue to walk the righteous path and serve God? That's a personal, individual choice. As a Christian, you know, my Christian beliefs are they're very strong, and I'm not going to violate my relationship with God to please another human being.
Well, straight away that, you know, red flag, you know, BAME community-wise, are we the guinea pigs now?
I feel like when you are speaking up for yourself, it should be unapologetic and it should be honest. I think that we all
So, for example, the West Indian community, there are many reasons why they may not, and you can probably tell me more than I know, but I think part of it is that they're being asked to trust the same structures that have also contributed to their discrimination, their abuse, their trauma.
But in Ubuntu, we have programs that kind of look at identity, raising self-esteem, looking at our history, looking at...
Often when you watch the news and stuff, everyone's talking about race. I'm just thinking, well, there's more than that. I know just having no dad and having to work out what it means to be a black man in the UK was a very, very difficult.
You know, and if you ain't got enough to do it in your family, get 2 or 3 families together and start a business. You know, you've got to be thinking like that now, because unemployment is going to be rife throughout our community now.
If she's saying bye, that means that 8:15 is gone.
How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the black community 6 hours. With the Black Wall Street UK app, you can find any black-owned businesses around you with the tap of a finger. So next time you're searching for a nearby hair product store or a nail shop or an estate agent or any black-owned business or service provider, just do a super quick search on the Black Wall Street UK. Our app allows you to search by business type and location. You can save your favourite businesses, add your own black-owned business, read reviews from other clients and much more. The Black Wall Street UK, the entire UK black community at your fingertips. Free app now available on Apple and Play Store. www.thebblackwallstreetuk.com.
And Mama used to say, Mama used to say, don't you rush to get old. And Mama used to say, take it in your stride. And Mama used to say, live your life, live your life, live your life, yeah. Live your life, yeah. All right. Mama used to say,
young, so enjoy and don't hold back. Do what you want to do, yeah.
Now is the time for you to strive, for you to get better in what you are doing. Yeah. Oh, Mama used to say.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood, Saturday morning mayhem with 2 entertainment heavyweights.
Morning, darling.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Push.
So, I can start.
My internet's awful.
Join them with interviews.
Who have on them telephone? Come on, turn off the telephone.
Comedy and quizzes.
There's no Peter there. That's what I'm saying. Peter, hear me out, Peter. It said, can you write down the number 8 times? That means no, it's not times. That multiplication is to write it down 8 times.
He's gone, man.
15 minutes with Rudi Lickwood and DJ Countryman. Saturday mornings, gonna be the same again.
Incredible.
Love looking after young people and just basically helping them in their football development.
It's giving back to the community. I've been working for the community all my life, and this is a big part of it. Just giving back.
My name is Angie Lamar. I'm an actress, writer, director, comedian, producer, mother, grandmother, and my profession is that. That's what I Well, I started my career in comedy.
Well done, peeps.
Well
done. That was really smooth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. It was.
It was really smooth. I think the sheer fact that we knew that there was topics that we could drop back on, we knew what was underneath us, made it easier to just roll with what the morning brought us, like the fridge, like fridge, the weather, the courses,
algorithms not coming.
Just superficial stuff, you know. Nothing in depth.
All I'm going to say, if Denise was still here, she would have been cussing you back, forward, and go sideways. She would tell you about yourself. So you're lucky you just had Donna.
It's true. You know, when you miss someone's comments, it's such an impact in such a short space of time on my life. Like I literally sit and look for her comment.
No, Lescha, listen, this week I made a comment on someone else and then she fed back, this was on Anything Goes, and it said Julie Juice just smiled. Rudi picked it up. And then Paul Walsh went, yes, Julie Juice. I think you're like, oh, my gosh, this doesn't need to happen right now. It's like completely missed the point. And sometimes if they miss my comment, I'm like, you wait till I see them in real life.
That was me on
time to type that out properly.
Yeah,
you know? I really get you.
I like to watch you lot on YouTube to bring the algorithm over to the YouTube page. And sometimes when my comments are not getting read, I then feel like going over to Facebook and saying, so what?
Yeah, I see you.
But on Anything Goes, they wait for you on Anything Goes. Everybody goes, what's Natural Mystic saying? Ooh, you should be on there on a Wednesday, but then we would miss your comments. So
but that's what. Yeah, honestly, sometimes I think, I wouldn't mind, but I'd like to keep the comments going because it keeps everyone chatting on the other side, sort of thing. So yeah, I like to play my role in that sense. You know, if you're on a team and you know what part, the goalie's good at being in goal, that sort of thing. And that's why we have our positions. So don't feel bad that I'm not on the panel or I'm not, on camera more often. I do love being in the comments and making sure that people share and talk and chat. So
yeah, no, that's good. It's really good because I see you comment and thinking, whoa, Alicia's on fire today. I don't even need to say anything. Yeah, I don't need to say. You just bring up a comment and I'll just jump in on the back of that one, So yeah.
But thank you. You've all made such a positive impact in my life. You wouldn't know it, but you all have. You really have. Aston, your tune gets played on repeat in my yard. My neighbours must hate me. But
saying that, they're still watching. Why are you still watching Shugs? Are you still watching for Shugs? Go back in your bed, man. What happened to you, man?
No, listen. As the sun is up, I've got to stay up now. I've got too much things to do, so I'm just gonna bleed through until 2:30. Get back onto the UPW. And then I'll catch up tomorrow. All
right. See you.
Okay, bruv.
Right.
No, it says we're still live. Rude.
We're still live.
No, we're not.
Is it?
Oh, it says we're still live.
It says we're still live. I can still see the clock counting.